Wednesday, March 17th, 2021. And this is my futures options stock trading update for Wednesday the 17th. The day was a pretty active trading day for me. We had a lot of trading activity during the trading hours, as you can see. Those are my trades during the trading day in the NASDAQ micro E-mini account. I just made a bunch of trades today. I guess what I was thinking we were going to go higher, but I kind of got myself in a situation where we were down in the morning, and in the pre-market I made some purchases, and we just continued to go lower and lower, and I continued to make more and more purchases. And that's one thing you have to be really careful with. The market can go as low as it wants to go. And if you're averaging down, you can run out of money really quickly. So you have to be careful with that. So I was really looking for some trades were to hold, but most of them were for scalp trades. And I actually made some pretty hefty trades. You can see where I bought 10 shares, bought 8 shares. That's not shares, but contracts. See where I bought 10 contracts here. But again, those were for scalp trades, and we had certainly had a stretch lower, and I was expecting some type of bounce. I got a quick bounce, and I got out of a lot of those shares quickly. I kind of got out of them 2 shares at a time. Here I purchased 8 shares, and we went lower, bought 10, and then got 2 out. Took 2 out at a time until I was back to a significantly lesser number of shares. And I kind of just did that throughout the trading day, and until the Fed came into the picture, and I had made, let's see, yeah, I bought 10 here and then sold these out, and I was actually down most of the day because the market was really lower before the Fed spoke. And here you can see I made a purchase of 20 shares. This was my largest purchase. 20 contracts, that is, of the micro E-minis. So that's the equivalent of 2 E-mini NASDAQ contracts, which doesn't seem like much, but believe me, it is. And again, I sold them off five contracts at a time and made up some of my losses. So then we had the big move higher with the Fed announcement of keeping rates the same. And at this point, I had almost flattened my account. And in fact, I was flat. Yeah, I had flattened here. But I still had some S&P 500 micro E-mini contracts in the S&P 500. So we started shooting up like a rocket here. And I did jump in and I bought 20 contracts for quick scalp. And then you can see I sold 20, almost immediately. So I bought one, then I bought 20. And I sold, and let's see, you can see I bought 20 at 13,054. And then I sold 20 at 13.66. So that was just a little scalp trade there. And then I sold that one that I purchased at 13.65. So the one I purchased here, I sold at 13.88. And then I was completely out of the NASDAQ, and then we had this red candle down. And then this was around the time that the Fed was, no, I think this was still, all this was after the Fed made the announcement. And then we just kept going up higher and higher. And I thought it was very interesting. We shoot up like a rocket here, go all the way up to the blue line that I've been referring to, that I drew weeks ago, that I told you I would just leave up here. We went right back to that blue line, and that's where we stopped. I mean, that was just amazing. That line has turned out to be one major significant point of resistance. And we stopped there, and we actually pulled back. And then I did another few scalp trades here, just one contract at a time. And then we've pulled back above that blue line. Again, I've been scalping all around here. Whenever we go above that blue line, I just sell and get out. We go below it, and I get back in. And I just bought, just before making this recording, I bought one contract. So right now I have one contract in the Micro E-mini NASDAQ. So, and I'll buy more if we go down at all during the after hours. The Dow. So I did one scalp trade in the Dow. I bought 12 contracts, and you can see I purchased them at 32,820. And then these are the prices where I sold them. I sold them each individually and made some profit there. And this was oil. And this one was interesting. Oil was really tanking early in the trading day. And it had gone down and gotten to a double bottom down here. And you can see it actually is almost a triple bottom. Yeah, I got a wick there, wicks here. And then this red candle came down. And I bought here at 63.83. And then we went all the way down to, 63.60? Or close to it, about 63.65. A little lower than 65, 63.65. And then we came back up. And, I've been just watching oil for a while, and I know the pattern. Oil is currently tradable, and it's not just going in one direction and staying there. It goes down, it goes dramatically lower, it goes dramatically higher. Now this is the 15-minute chart. This is a 15-minute chart. And so I bought at 63.83, and I bought 5 contracts, and I sold 1 contract at break even at 63.83. But then the other 4 contracts I sold at higher prices: 63.87, 63.86, 63.89, and 63.91. Now that doesn't seem like much, but again, these are contracts. These are not micro contracts, so small moves in these contracts is a significant amount of money. Now, if I'd held, you can see we skyrocketed, and I would have made a ton of money. I would have been in great shape, but I was just looking for a scalp trade there. I got what I wanted, and I was done. Okay. So, and this is where I really made my error of the day. I was in the S&P 500, and I had 6 contracts. I'll try to find I'll try to locate what mistake I made. Okay, here we go. Okay, here are my trades. So we get the news from the Fed, and I didn't know how the market was going to take it. You know, it was all expected. You know, we knew that rates weren't going to change any, and so we get this big gap up, and I want to just lock in some of that gain, because I had gotten my account back to near break even, and you know, I just wanted to lock in some gain in case we took a big dip lower because of something that might be mentioned by the Fed. You know, last time he just mentioned the word interest rates, and the market tanked. So I quickly moved to sell my sell a contract. Well, I thought I was selling a contract, but I had left the darn setting. See, I have it set at 1 now. I had left it at 6, which was the number of contracts that I had purchased. And so instead of selling 1 contract, I sold all 6, and it was just a blatant error. That was just, those are the kind of mistakes you can't make when you trade futures. And I made that mistake. So you can see where I sold 6. And it just, you know, we rocketed up, and all I could do was watch. And I was so frustrated that I actually shorted a contract up here, and ended up, you know, it was just out of frustration. And I ended up buying that contract back at a higher price. So I shorted at 39.4650, and then I bought it back at 39.4875. And then I did a little scalp trading to kind of make up for that. And you can see I was successful with those. I bought at 39.43, then 39.41, and I sold at 39.49 and 39.58. So now I'm flat. I'm about as flat across the board as I've been in a long time. I only have 1 NASDAQ contract, so I am pretty desperate for a pullback, and I'm actually seeing a little pullback right now. Kind of missed out. But here we go. We're getting a little pullback in the NASDAQ. I'm going to actually buy another contract here. So I'll let you see me in action. This is a 1-minute chart. It's not giving me much time. Let's see if we pull back some more. I kind of missed out. I just didn't see it. So let's just watch this for a minute. Let's see if we get a red candle, and I'll purchase another contract. I'm gonna get my order ready. Okay, I'm all ready to go. And there we go. That's how the market is. Whenever you want it to go lower, it goes higher. Right now, I want it to go lower just so I can buy another contract at a better price than what I purchased that first one. And all it wants to do is go higher. That's how frustrating trading can be. When you want it to go lower, it goes higher. When you want it to go higher, you're like sitting there begging it to go higher, and it just stays. It keeps going lower and lower and lower, and you keep losing money. Let's see. But you have to have patience. Now, is there any reason for me to get in at this level? We're hovering right around that line that I feel is a pretty significant line, and I think if we right now I want to make purchases below that line, and we're currently just a tad bit below it. That's that blue line. We're a little bit below it. And the reason, but the big driving force for me making this purchase is that I only have one contract, and I want more. I want more skin in the game at this point. All right, I see a red candle. Come on, let's get this red candle to form. Nope, turns green. All right, let's pull back. Wow. All right, so it's about 11. It's about 11. It's about 5 minutes to 11 Eastern Daylight Time, 11 p.m. that is, and trading futures in the after hours. I'm trying to get a bargain price here, and the price just keeps going higher. Any other time, I'd be very happy with this movement. Yeah. So you're seeing me actively engaged in the market right now. I'm ready to place a trade, but the market's going up when I want it to go down, just so I can get a good price, a better price on this trade. I want to purchase it for less than what I purchased the one contract that I have. But right now, it's not allowing me to do that. Oh boy, it just keeps going higher and higher. Look at this. And you're wondering who's trading at this time of night. Well, let's look at the volume. Okay, so there is some activity tonight. As soon as we get a pullback, I guess everyone has the same idea. We're waiting for a pullback, and then you see a little increase in trading volume here. And with every little pullback, there's someone ready to buy. So this is a risk-on market right now. I guess the market liked what the Fed had to say today. And we just keep going higher. All right, I'm ready to buy if we get a pullback, but market's not cooperating. It takes a lot of patience to successfully trade futures. You have to be patient in terms of waiting for opportune moments to make trades. You have to be patient with taking profits. You have to be patient with limiting your trades so that you're not overtrading. I overtraded today, and I was exhausted by the end of the trading day. So I was kind of happy to be essentially flat across the board just to let things settle. But of course, you snooze, you lose. It's happened to me so many times when I'm in at a minimum or completely out of the market. It's amazing how the bulls just come out of the woodwork, and you just miss out. And then when I have too much in the market, there are times when, I've decided to try to ride out a losing trade, and I've got more contracts than I'm comfortable with, and I'm losing money, and I'll just wait for the market to turn around, and then it seems like you can't buy a green candle. It's like those red candles just come. You'll get like 10 red candles for every 1 to 2 green candles. It's just, you just feel like the market is reading your mind. It's just amazing. So I'm waiting for this pullback. Finally seeing some red. And if we cross that line, my fingers on the trigger to buy another contract. I want to get a little bit below that line, so I'm going to be patient with this, and we'll see what happens here. the tendency at night has been that we get some pullbacks during the late hours, and then the market gets stronger early in the morning, like around 4 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, between 4 and 6 a.m. And then when the pre-market traders start around 7 a.m., you may get a little bit of pullback. But then around 8 a.m. you get some strength in the market again. And then depending on news that comes out at 8:30, economic news, that might make things go significantly in one direction or the other. Of recent, it's usually been helpful to the market. All right, here we are. We're below that line now. Come on, just give me a chance to click yes. All right. Okay. So and you saw the little slippage you get when you make market orders. But anyway, so I got a second contract now, and I got it below the price of the first one. So a little bit of patience has paid off so far. Now, if we go down, a significant amount from here, I'll buy a third contract and probably leave it there. Or I may just stay at the 2 contracts. Oh, here we go. I think I will buy one more. Okay.
Order filled.
Okay, now I've got 3 contracts. All right, so that's where I'll stay. We got a nice little pullback. You can see, all right, that's the 1 minute. Looks pretty dramatic on the 1 minute. On the 15 minute, not so dramatic, but we're still under that blue line. And I think at some point we're going to crack the blue line, and the blue line is going to turn out to be a big support, a line of support. If the NASDAQ really gets into gear here and starts trending higher from here. Again, March and April, early May, March, April, up till May, market tends to be strong. And then, the old saying, sell in May, go away. I don't do that. It's probably about a 50-50 chance whether the market's going to go up or down after May. But you can get those summer doldrums, so you got to trade a little more cautiously if you're trading tech. All right, that'll wrap it up for tonight. I'm back in the game. I got 3 NASDAQ Micro E-mini contracts. I'm pleased with those purchases. I was patient, waited for a dip. Now we may go lower, we may go higher. I don't have a crystal ball. All we can do is wait and see what happens. But I'm back in the game. 3 contracts, micro NASDAQ E-mini contracts. See you tomorrow.